Okay, let's start the stream. I was planning to keep it for later today, but I saw some news that I couldn't not do it. So just 1 minute. Okay, welcome everybody. How is the audio? Let me know. I just turn it on now. Okay, today is March 15, 2026. I don't even have time to get some water. Okay, in the last 24 hours, the United States carry out strikes on Iran's Hark Island, the center of Iran's oil export. This is a major escalation. Around 90% of Iran's oil shipments leave from that island. Let me put on the screen so you can also see. Washington says the strike targeted military facilities, not oil terminals. But this is where it becomes important. Hark Island sits inside the Persian Gulf near the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical shipping routes on Earth. If Iran responds by threatening shipping there, global oil supply could be affected immediately. At the same time, the United States is sending 2,500 additional Marines into the region as the war with Iran enters its third week. So tonight we're watching three things very closely: the possible Iranian retaliation, security around the Strait of Hormuz, and whether this conflict spreads beyond the Gulf. We will break it down, everything we know right now. Stay with us, unbiased information. Try to be as we find the info, whatever, we can just, all unbiased, we try to give you all the verified info. So let's start this stream. On the screen, you already have what we got, the unclassified strike. It's a classified video for the strike on the Hark Island. So, this happened in the last 24 hours, and the US forces carry out a major strike on the Hark Island in Iran, which is carrying around 90% of Iran's oil exports move through the island, through the Hark Island. The strike targeted military facilities, including missile storage and naval mine depots. According to US officials, oil loading terminals were deliberately spared to avoid a global energy shock. If Hark Island infrastructure is damaged or shut down, Iran could lose up to 2 million barrels of oil exports per day. That will immediately affect global oil markets. Iran has already warned it could retaliate against energy infrastructure linked to US allies. This is the old one. This is an older video, but it shows the island. It's October 4, 2004, but it does show the Hark Island, and it says that the facility handles 90% of Iran's crude oil exports. It's a radar-based satellite imagery. This one here. This is the island, Hark Island. Let me show you on the map what is the island. We do have it on the thumbnail of the actual thumbnail I put for YouTube. Okay, let's go with the news and after we'll go over the island. So, this also raises concerns about the Strait of Hormuz. Let me put it on the screen what I'm reading so you can also read. Strait of Hormuz, where roughly 20% of global oil supply pass every day. If Iran escalates there, shipping and energy markets could be hit hard. This is the latest confirmed update, March 14, March 15. Where now it's 1:42 a.m. or March 15. We have from Reuters, from CBS News, and various additional sources. So, US sending additional Marines in the Middle East. The United States is deploying about 2,500 additional Marines to the region. This comes as the US-Israel war with Iran entered its third week. The new forces are expected to reinforce US bases and naval positions across the Gulf. At this time, officials say this does not mean ground invasion of Iran, but it does increase the US military footprint across the region, especially around the Persian Gulf. This also signals Washington expects continued escalation, not quick de-escalation. Another new strike reported in central Iran. Another development. Reports say a factory in the Iranian city of Isfahan was hit during strikes. At least 15 people were reportedly killed, according to Iranian media. Details remain limited. Officials say facility produces industrial equipment, but the full role of this site is still unclear. It's a developing story. It's confirmed it means strikes are expanded beyond military bases to broader infrastructure targets. There's a photo here. It says it's the attack on the Isfahan aerospace building that was hit by the US-Israel attack. We have also a video here. Isfahan in Iran was being hit by airstrikes today. This was posted 6 hours ago. Another video here, saying about the military base that was being hit. This is also in Isfahan. Same, I believe the same strike, Isfahan, Iran. Some photos, the videos. There's a post in Reuters saying that at least 15 people were killed when a missile strike hit a factory in the central Iranian city of Isfahan on Saturday, March 14th. US-Israel strike on Isfahan factory kills 15. At least 15 people have been killed after a strike by the United States and Israel hit factory Isfahan in central Iran, Iranian media reported. Fars news agency reported that workers were inside the facility when the attack struck. The factory is said to manufacture heaters and refrigerators, according to Fars News. Officials say the facility produced industrial equipment, but the full role of the site is still unclear. According to the Fast News, it was producing refrigerators. If confirmed, it means strike. It's actually confirmed, I can say by now, but means strikes are expanding beyond military bases, product infrastructure targets. Okay, this is about Ukraine. Go it later on it. So we have the article by Reuters, we have an article by Hindustan Times. So, and as I said, according to Iran media, at least 50 people were killed when the strike hit the factory during working hours. The factory reportedly produced household appliances such as heaters and refrigerators, and workers were inside the building when it was hit. Iranian state-linked outlets said the attack was carried out by the United States and Israel. There has not been any confirmation, official confirmation from the US military and Israel officials. They have not confirmed targeting that specific site. About Isfahan, it's not just any city, it's one of Iran's most strategic military and industrial hubs. It hosts missile production facilities, military research centers, nuclear-related infrastructure nearby. And because of that, it has been hit multiple times during this war. Witnesses also reported additional explosions in several Iranian cities, including Isfahan, around midday on Saturday. It's an article here, up to 8 hours ago, Iran International. It's very different articles, okay. So let's see about the island that was hit. Hark Island. Hark Island sits in the northern Persian Gulf, about 25 kilometers off the Iranian coast. It is located inside Bushehr province, not far from Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Tankers from Hark Island sail through the Strait of Hormuz. As we've been repeating, it's the most critical oil shipping route in the world. Around 20% of global oil supply pass through the Strait of Hormuz every day. So anything happening in the Hak Island immediately raises concern in global energy markets. Hak Island is not just a small oil port, it's a massive export complex built specifically for super tankers. It has, on the island, includes large crude oil storage tank, deep water loading terminals for VLCC super tankers, offshore loading buoys, pipelines from mainland oil fields, has naval defense positions. So why they targeted? Hak Island is strategically valuable for three reasons: economic pressure, naval control of the Gulf, energy leverage, and let's see. Economic pressure: if exports stop, Iran loses billions in revenue. Oil exports are one of the country's most important source of income. Naval control of the Gulf: Iran used the island area for naval patrols and surveillance of shipping lanes. Missile batteries and radar systems have historically been positioned there. Energy leverage: during conflicts, Iran has previously warned that attacks on its oil infrastructure could trigger actions against Gulf oil terminals, tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, energy infrastructure in allied states. The strike targeted military infrastructure on the island, including missile storage areas, naval mine depots, defense positions. And as I said, oil loading facilities were intentionally avoided. So it was a military pressure, not shutting down global oil supply. If island exports are disrupted, as we said, global oil prices could spike, shipping insurance costs could surge, tanker traffic in the Gulf could slow down. And of course, it's going to affect Europe and everybody worldwide. Let me see any major news. This was posted in the Associated Press 17 minutes ago. Israel's military said early Sunday that Iran launched missiles toward Israel. 15 killed in a strike in Iran city of Isfahan. Israeli strikes killed 5 in southern Lebanon, according to Health Ministry of Lebanon. Another 3 members of Iran's women's soccer team decided against staying in Australia as refugees. That's another new related. Saudi Arabia says it intercepted 17 Iranian drones on Saturday, down from 65 the previous day. This is at 11:08 p.m. AET time. Crews at the UAE, United Arab Emirates oil facility, are still battling a fire after a drone attack. And the WHO organization head condemns attacks on healthcare facilities in Lebanon. Okay, let's see what we can get videos from online. And this is who just signed in, who just came in. It's the attack on the Hak Island. That happened a few hours ago. This by the IDF struck the primary research center of the Iranian Space Agency and Aerial Defense System Production Factory. It was struck. The center contains strategic laboratories used for research, including developing military satellites, intelligence collection, and detective fire toward targets across the Middle East. The IDF also struck several Iranian terror regime area defense system production sites, including a key factory. They give us this video. Hello everybody, welcome to the chat. It's open for all subscribers. Thank you all the members. And I'll take a second to say that you can join us in the channel, become a member. We have a Discord for members only. We have exclusive perks and live stream just for members. Sometimes we members only chat, especially overnight. So if you are thinking to join us, I believe it's worth it. It's only €5 per month for the silver membership. And you can cancel at any time, of course. And we've been covering US, Israel, Iran war from day one, as the same way we cover the Ukraine beginning of the war. Also, we cover the whole Gaza war from day 0 up to the last whatever was happening. We had the 24/7 live streams, and now we're covering with live news the US, Israel, Iran war, and whatever around it. So let's see what we have here. We have the 3 additional B-52H Stratofortress long-range strategic bombers with the US Air Force 5th Bomb Wing, based out of Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, landed early Friday at Fairford, England. This is an airport that people are watching a lot. Good evening, Jim. Nice to have you here. Thank you, my friend. And this from the IDF spokesperson. Let's see what is the video showing here. It's about an airstrike on March 14, basically a few hours ago. Now it's March 15, 2 a.m. Targeted Hezbollah operatives transferring rockets into a depot in Al-Mahjar, southern Lebanon, resulting in their elimination via drone surveillance and immediate Air Force action. I'll put this and I'll go grab some glass of water. So this is from the IDF. And this one, I don't know what is this one, no description, nothing. It says some rockets, I don't know what it is. Some AIs. I don't know if it's these AIs, the way they make them, we should laugh or cry. This is Trump driving a fighter jet. Bibi sitting there with Khamenei. Okay, anyways. USS Tripoli and 2005 embarked Marines with the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit quickly steaming towards the Middle East. What is this? Just photo? Ah, shows a warship. Okay. This is a moment of the Iranian Space Research Institute. Western Tehran was hit from air. Yeah, turn the other way, move away fast. And here from my Livali, Iran ballistic missile attack on Eilat in Israel. Injured 2 people, one of them whom is a 12-year-old child in a moderate to serious condition.
יש עוד? גם שם! הנה שם.
אהבל. נו, משאירה אותי ו...
אמרתי לך שהייתה נפילה. הנה גם שם! יש עוד? גם שם! הנה שם.
אהבל.
Yeah, we'll be turning around those. I believe who won't go inside the, hellfire there. Okay, let's see what this is. Space issue, the same institute. It's a photo video. Ah, it's the same video, okay. Oh, it's an after, yeah. Ouch. Ouch.
אמרתי לך שהייתה נפילה.
Probably this an explosion. Sure, some people there moving something. Welcome, Staff P. Please try English on the chat. This is one of the rules. I know I'm Cypriot, I'm Greek Cypriot, but we prefer to speak English on the chat. Also, the live stream is on English, so everybody can understand what we're saying. Thank you. This is oil loading operations have been suspended in the United Arab Emirates. Fujairah Emirate, a major bunkering hub and crude export terminal, after a drone attack and fire. Let's say the fire started after interception of a drone. And this from the OC Defender, the Iranian-backed group Kataib Hezbollah, not to be confused with Lebanese Hezbollah, has targeted the camped Victory base in Baghdad with FPV drones, that mean first-person view drones, albeit with little effect. Kataib Hezbollah is an Iranian-backed Iraqi group that is nominally subordinate to the larger Popular Mobilization Front, or PMF. That's a hit there. This is a FPV drone, so you are seeing where it's going to. Somebody is remote control it. This is about the F-35B Lightning II fighter jets from RAF Marham to RAF Akrodiri. And here, according to this post, President Donald Trump states that the United States, together with its allies, will reopen the Strait of Hormuz by using military force and ensure safe navigation. He calls on countries to deploy warships to the Strait of Hormuz alongside the United States, while America will continue large-scale bombardments along the coastline and the destruction of Iranian military targets. It's not easy to, have a warship actually instead of Hormuz. It's a very narrow passage and very risky for the ships to be there. I don't know what they plan to do, but it could be very bad for the warships. Hopefully not, but who knows. So I'm checking here if what I'm saying it's actually agreeing the AI with me. Giving naval escort to oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz is possible, but it's one of the most dangerous naval missions in the world. As I said also, yes, you agree with me, because the Strait of Hormuz is very narrow. At its tightest point, the entire strait is about 39 kilometers wide, but the actual shipping lanes are only about 3 kilometers wide in each direction. That means warship and tankers are forced to move in a very predictable path, and that creates risk. The main dangers. Let me put on the screen. try to, safe pass from the Strait of Hormuz. Number one danger, naval mines, the biggest threat. Iran has thousands of naval mines, including contact mines, magnetic ones, and remotely triggered mines. A single mine can cripple a tanker or a destroyer. During the tanker war in 1980s, the frigate U.S. Samuel B. Roberts almost sank after hitting an Iranian mine. Mine clearing in the Strait of Hormuz would take days or weeks. Another threat, it's a swarm boat attacks. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy use fast attack boats. They operate in a large groups of 20 to 50 small boats. On those boats, they can carry rockets, anti-ship missiles, heavy machine guns, and explosives. They try to overwhelm warship from multiple directions. The tactic is called swarming. Third threat is the anti-ship missiles from the coast. Iran has missile batteries along its coastline, like the Nu, the Qatar, and the Haji Khalij Fars. These missiles can strike ships 100 to 300 kilometers away. Because the strait is narrow, ships cannot maneuver easily to evade them. Another threat is the drones. Drones are loitering munitions. Iran also deploys drones such as Shahid 136 and Ababil drones. These can target tankers or warships. They are very hard to detect than traditional aircrafts. So how escort actually could work? Navies usually create convoys, example structure, 1, 2 destroyers or frigates, several patrol ships, surveillance aircraft overhead, mine sweeping vessels ahead of the convoy, and ships like the Bear-class destroyer are commonly used because they can carry strong air defense systems. But even these ships cannot remove all risk. Despite the danger, escorts are done for one reason. This is why it becomes important. Around 20% of the world's oil supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz every day. Countries like the Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Iraq, Qatar all depend on this route. So, escorting tankers through the Strait of Hormuz is a high risk, but manageable for modern navies. However, if a full conflict starts, even powerful fleets could face mines, missile attacks, drone strikes, and swarm of boat assaults. That is a surveillance plane. This is the HMS Dragon from England that actually arrived. Did it arrive? I mean, they're here. Yeah, it's now in the East Mediterranean. It's a Type 145 destroyer. President Trump said he was surprised that Iran decided to attack other Middle Eastern countries in response to a US-Israel strike operation. I mean, what's surprising? He bit threatened about that. And that US strikes on Hark Island on Saturday totally demolished most of the island, but that we may hit it a few more times just for fun, said Donald Trump during his interview Saturday with NBC News. Here from breaking news, it says around 5,000 more U.S. Marines and sailors are deploying to the Middle East, reports Sky's U.S. partner network NBC News. That's for March 13. And here about the U.S. That Trump says that the United States and its allies are prepared to use military force to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Thank you, Sush Sunshine. Thank you very much. Just for fun, yeah. This war became like a show of power, like, they think it's like a video game or something. And now Cuba, according to this post, has agreed to move closer to the United States and consider Washington's conditions amid a nationwide power crisis. It's a report in Reuters. The airline is facing the largest energy crisis at history. I mean, he did threat Cuba. He said Cuba is next. Trump, he said a few days ago. So I don't know now if Cuba is actually trying to get closer to the U.S. And what is this here? Let's put it on the screen first. This one, probably the hit on the research center from Israel. And here this posted 4 hours ago. It says about 2,500 Marines, including USS Tripoli, to the Middle East following rising Iranian attacks near the Strait of Hormuz. So they're going to use the Marine for trying to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. It's a helicopter here refueling mid-air.
Alarm. Avivim.
Have a red alert. It's not here on the here, but we hear it, so we should show some. In Avivim. And the usual place, it's between Lebanon border and Israel. See why it's located? Today in total it was, let's see, with now this one, 4 red alerts today. In the past week there were 5,424 red alerts, a total of 18,403 in the past month. Today means the last 2 hours. The time is 2:22 a.m. Same time in Israel, same time here in Cyprus. Now I said Cyprus, let me check any news. Latest news is about Cyprus. As you can see, it's very windy at Cyprus right now. We got some rain last few days, and we're expecting more rain this week. I mean, from next week. You can see on this camera, it's very, very windy. This is a camera that is showing the rough base in Akrotiri in Limassol, Cyprus. Let's see on the fly randa what's going on there. Not so busy at the moment. I mean, in Tel Aviv, here in Crete base, in Suda Bay, in Crete. Let's see what we have from the United States Air Force. Refueled tankers, stout tankers, KC-135R, another one next to it. There are 21,500 feet, 21,000 feet, 500 feet difference on the altitude between those two. There's a Globemaster, probably carry some logistics or cargo, going towards probably in Tel Aviv somewhere. And here we have Airbus A400M Atlas. And this one is from the Greece Coast Guard on the high alert, of course, by the Suda Bay, the US base in Crete. Because before those stout tankers refueling also here, but looks like now they are not. We should see them, some of them taking off soon. Let me change this view to a different one. Let's make it more light. Satellite, hybrid. Yeah, let's put some color. So, I was just checking on Cyprus also. I don't see any major news besides the civil defense concerns growing inside Cyprus. Authorities in Cyprus are facing criticisms after the conflict exposed serious weaknesses in the island's civil defense systems. Officials say only about 45% of the population can currently be accommodated in bomb shelters. This is about Cyprus. And many shelters, they are outdated, inaccessible, or not properly equipped. And the government has said, Cyprus government, that it will upgrade early warning systems, improve shelter infrastructure, and introduce new legislation for civil defense planning. The Rafah Akrotiri base remains a key military hub. Cyprus is critical because of Rafah Akrotiri to the large British air base on the island. And as we know, the base is used for surveillance aircraft, for drone operations, for logistics and refueling missions, and for regional military coordination. Actually, it's not regional, it's Cyprus army that is doing the coordination between all the air forces and all the warships. It goes through the Cyprus military actually. I don't know, so the news here, they saw that it's the UK doing the coordination, but actually the coordination is done through the Cyprus military. At least this is what they're telling us. Several additional drones aimed towards Cyprus were intercepted by air defenses. Yes, thanks God, we have there is some interceptions, but nothing hit Cyprus. Besides the first day of the rough base in Akrotiri, about those drones that hit the base. And European military presence around Cyprus is still increasing. Since escalation began, I put on the screen. Another alert.
Alarm. Chalamish. Atarat. Ofarim. Givat Koach. Bet Aryeh. Nofech. Rinatia. Elad. Mazor. Shiloh. Petzael. Nachshonim. Peduel. Ma'ale Levona. עלי זהב, עלי, אחיה, יפית, מעלה אפרים, ראש העין, ברוכין, ברקן, מגדלים, אלקנה, אריאל, נופי נחמיה, רחלים, גיתית, משואה, עץ אפרים, קריית נטפים, רבבה, כפר תפוח, מכורה, יצהר, איתמר, ארגמן, חוות יאיר, עדי עד, קידה, שבות רחל, גבעת הראל וגבעת הרועה, עמיחי, ברקן Industrial Park, אריאל Industrial Zone, חולון, מקווה ישראל, אור יהודה, יהוד מונוסון, תל אביב, Southern City and Jaffa, תל אביב East, סביון, רמת גן East, קריית אונו, גבעתיים, רמת גן West, בני ברק, גבעת שמואל, פתח תקווה, נס ציונה, רמלה, באר יעקב, ראשון לציון East, לוד, ראשון לציון West, שוהם, בת ים, אפק and לב הארץ Industrial Zone, כפר קאסם, תל אביב Center, שערי תקווה, ראש העין Train Station, פלמחים, בית עובד, אירוס.
Let's ask a question on the chat. Do you believe the military hit strikes or energy infrastructures will continue for a long time? I mean on this conflict, right? From both sides, actually. Military hit strikes or energy infrastructure will continue for a long time. Yeah, let's just do it a yes and no question. So, the European military presence around Cyprus still increasing. Since the escalation began, several countries have moved military assets closer to the island. From Greece, from France, from Italy, from Netherlands. And their role is mainly deterrence and regional air defense coordination, according to what they are telling us and according to what we've been seeing so far. The goal is to prevent Cyprus from becoming a direct target and to protect NATO and EU assets in the Eastern Mediterranean. Tourists and flights are now being affected. Travel companies say many Europeans are now avoiding the Eastern Mediterranean, including Cyprus, because of the war. Airlines have changed routes and canceled some flights in the region. Tourism operators report booking shifted toward destinations such as Spain and Portugal instead. Why Cyprus matter? We've been through that many times because of the location. It sits between Israel, Lebanon, Syria, and Suez route. And there is Cyprus on the map, right here. The rough base of Croatia is here. There's another base in Paphos. And why I said there was only few red alerts today, more red alerts.
עלי, אחיה, מעלה אפרים, ברוכין, ברקן, מגדלים, אריאל, נופי נחמיה, רחלים, גיתית, משואה, קריית נטפים, רבבה, כפר תפוח, יקיר, מכורה, יצהר, איתמר, ארגמן, הר ברכה, חמרה, בקעות, חמדת, חוות יאיר, גבעת הראל וגבעת הרועה. Barkan Industrial Park, Ariel Industrial Zone, Roi, Mikveh Yisrael, Or Yehuda, Yehud Monoson, Tel Aviv, Southern City and Jaffa, Tel Aviv East, Savion, Ramat Gan East, Elad, Kiryat Ono, Tel Aviv Center, Giv'atayim, Ramat Gan West, Bnei Brak, Givat Shmuel, Rosh Ha'ayin, Tel Aviv Yarkon Banks, Petach Tikva,
I'll get you live some from Tel Aviv.
Ramat HaSharon, Hod HaSharon, Kfar Sava, Karnei Shomron.
There's series in Tel Aviv at the moment.
Tirat Yehuda, Chevel Modi'in Industrial Zone, Herzliya Center and Galil Yam, Givat Chen, Ramot HaShavim, Tzufim, Elon Moreh, Mishmar HaShiv'a, Bat Yam, Ofarim, Zafaria, Tira, Taibe, Kadima, Tzoran, Kalansua, Netanya East, Netanya West, Herzliya West, Ra'anana, Shfaim, Bnei Tzion, Ga'ash, חרוצים, משמרת, חירות, יקום, שושנת העמקים, אביחיל, חבצלת השרון, בת חן, ביתן אהרון, גבעת שפירא, מעברות, נעורים, בית חירות, בית ינאי, כפר ויטקין, אלישיב, חופית, כפר הרועה, חוגלה, גבעת חיים מאוחד, עין החורש, בקה על גרבייה, גאולי תימן, מחולה, רמת הכובש, קדומים, ראשון לציון איסט, ראשון לציון ווסט, בית דגן. משכיות, רותם, שדמות מחולה, טירת צבי, שדה תרומות, תל תלמים, שדה אליהו, מירב, רוויה, רחוב, כפר רופין. חיבת ציון, גבעת חיים איחוד. עין הנציב, רמת גן, ווסט, בני ברק, גבעת שמואל, פתח תקווה, גבעת השלושה, תל אביב איסט, גבעתיים, כפר סירקין, תל אביב, ירקון בנקס, הוד השרון, תל אביב, Southern City and Jaffa, תל אביב סנטר, קריית אונו, מעלה גלבוע, שלוחות, מקווה ישראל, מסועה, כפר תפוח, מחורה, יצהר, איתמר, ארגמן, הר ברכה, חמרה, אילון מורה, בקעות, רועי, חמדת, חולון, אור יהודה, יהוד מונוסון, סביון, רמת גן איסט, אלעד, ראש העין, כפר קסם, רמת השרון, הרצליה, סנטר וגליל ים, כפר סבא, קרני שומרון, בת ים.
Selling just stop in Tel Aviv. Okay, we're gonna keep monitoring anyway for any hits, any sirens, any intercepts. All right. So I'm watching everything around for any sirens and anything. I'll put on the stream, the live sounds. And now this with the last alerts, the numbers change dramatically on the rocket alerts. So today, that's mean the last 2 hours and 40 minutes. In Israel, they were total off, still counting. Yeah, still counting the latest ones. That was a major alert. Covering Tel Aviv, up to Netanya, and even further. Of course, we're going to be watching also like any videos posted. We'll post them right on. Let's see. Okay, that'll take time to count. It looks like there was Stroud tanker. It took off from Tel Aviv, refueling a fighter jet probably. It's at 19,900 feet. And it's doing the usual route, going by the sea, and then waiting for the fighter jets, and then it's going straight line where it's refueling fighter jets. It can refuel a fighter jet for about 2 to 4 minutes maximum. That's all it takes. Depends on the load, of course. And a single star tanker can refuel at least about 4. It could be also 8 fighter jets. Depends on how much load it gives them. So here the red alert, it says, well, 5,000. It's counting the past week now. So it's 5,424 red alerts in the past week. In the past month, there were 18,403 red alerts. That's still a lot. This is a post on the Twitter. Germany won't escort ships through Hormuz, won't host U.S. offensive aircraft, won't join the war, according to Mario. Who is this now? He has 3.1 million followers. But they do operate 6 of the quietest submarines on Earth. It's about Germany. Submarine of German submarine. And this is from the strike today on the largest oil storage hub. Iran warned that then struck. Now the world's third largest oil storage hub and the largest meaningful bypass route around the Strait of Hormuz is offline. This is from the major UAE energy hub, United Arab Emirates. I showed it here before. Let's show again for the newcomers. And here it's actually a infographic showing the nuclear power generation. And it's showing China and Germany. That's an F-18E Super Hornet and F-35 Lightning IIs. And they are, where is this video? They're used for this operation, Epic Fury. Okay, let me see what other news I can gather and latest news. A headline here on the live updates: Iran threatens UAE ports as war enters its third week. Iran urged evacuations at Dubai's port and two others in the United Arab Emirates, saying US forces had launched strikes on Hark Island from the UAE, a claim Washington did not address. It's the first time Iran has threatened a neighboring country's non-US assets. Also, civilian sites like airports and oil fields have been hit. A missile struck a helipad inside the US Embassy compound in Baghdad, while a drone caused a fire at an oil refinery in northern Iraq and hit the radar system at Kuwait's international airports. Crews were still battling a fire at an oil facility in the UAE late Saturday. And Israel said Saturday it struck more than 200 targets across Iran. And Turkey's foreign minister told the Associated Press in an exclusive interview that his country will not be provoked into joining the war. Five minutes ago, we have siren sound in Tel Aviv. You hear them, of course. Let's see what I can gather from this. I find some bits about Tel Aviv, but I want to confirm before I post them. It's a lot of propaganda going on, so I don't want to just pass the propaganda. And actually, they're just posting the videos now after the series, but actually it's old videos from June 2025. So we skip that. Yeah, a lot of fake videos, some AI videos. Yeah, I'm not gonna pass those. Yes, photos here about the Israel for a full-scale ground invasion of Lebanon. Some posts here about the increase in the activity of U.S. Air Force B-52 strategic bombers had been observed near Rough Fairford Air Base in the United Kingdom. I'll put this on the screen. I'll put it.
That we are deploying across the entire department. As you can see, it's not just one data feed, it's multiple. And instead of having 8 or 9 systems for those decision makers to look at every single day in order for them to make decisions, you then fuse it into a single visualization tool. The single visualization tool allows you to select, deselect different types of data, look at different approaches to data, but more importantly,
This is about the Pentagon uses Palantir, or artificial intelligence system, Maven, when planning strikes on Iran. I thought they skipped that now. They stopped doing that. But anyway, this is just for planning. It's not. I don't see any AI being used there. And this is 2 hours ago. Flight Rwanda showing a U.S. refueling aircraft activity around Iran. That was posted 2 hours ago. Now you can see all the star tankers. Okay. I don't know, we can put the flag of each plane on the flight radar. Let me try that. Let's see, why is that set up? Ah, yeah, can put the lock on hover, okay. Yeah, so you can see. Okay. Visibility, what do I have here? Selenius. Okay. Okay, let me see what you're voting on the poll. Do you believe the military hit strikes on energy infrastructures? From both sides. Will continue for a long time. 72% believe yes, and 28% believe no. I hope not. We don't want more crises. The price will still skyrocket. End of the day, it's us, the people, who's going to pay the price. But with the Cyprus, as you can see from the rough camera, this is a live camera showing in the deep end the rough base, but the weather is very bad and you cannot actually see nothing besides some lights, a lot of dust and the lights. And this is a naval base in Shirak, Hamid intense strike. You want to see this?
انفجار 23 اسفند پایگاه نیروی دریایی پشتیبانی سیرجان ساعت 7 صبح.
This is attacks in Isfahan, central Iran, earlier today. And this is a building that the IDF strike in southern Lebanon. That it says it's tied to Hezbollah terrorist military infrastructure that was posted 6 hours ago. Here's this post about police in Switzerland against Hamas supporters. And this is about the strikes on Haq Island in Iran. And this is about raising the flag, US flag, March 14, 2019. Okay, it's not pause where it shows now. Okay, it's not pause, I will use now. That's what's trending. I cannot verify this one. Let's see if I can verify actually. Show strikes on Tel Aviv. It was just posted 30 seconds ago from small one, like with only 200 subscribers, but 200 followers. Red alert.
Alarm. Metula.
I don't know, I see some video of Tel Aviv strike, but I cannot verify how they are true or not. I don't know. Cannot verify those. I'm getting a US Air Force message. Okay, so okay, I guess that's all for tonight. That's where the situation stands right now. We'll continue to watch official confirmations and any Iranian response. If there are major developments, we're gonna come back live. Thank you for being here. We went through the key developments from the last 24 hours. The next critical point will be whether Iran responds directly or through regional proxies after the strikes in Haq Island. We're going to continue monitoring military movement and official statements. If anything changes, we're going to bring it to you immediately on the new live stream. So that's the latest confirmed information at this moment. Of course, this war is still developing, the situation is still developing, and we want to continue watching for official updates, and we'll come back live if necessary. Stay safe, and thanks for joining us. Feel free to join and become a member of the channel. I'm going to leave the overnight live on. I will leave it open for, let's see, for members only tonight, or maybe for subscribers over 1 hour. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, it's here right now. It's 3 or 3 a.m. So I guess you understand I need some sleep as well. I'm browsing fast to see if there's any news at this moment. Any latest news that we didn't go through. I don't see anything right now that we didn't go through already. So, stay safe. Have a good night, good morning, good evening. Whatever applies to each one. And I will leave the overnight, yes, on. With the live maps, flight radar, with the ADPS radar maps. I could leave the rough camera, but that camera usually after a few hours it goes off. And I will leave also the US Air Force messages in case something comes through. So thank you all, and I'll see you on the next one.